Greek. I wanted to jump into Greek after I studied this Latin thing.
Yeah.
So just so I could grasp that law, because it's very complex, and I know some people get confused when they get on that book and they start reading stuff, and then you're like,
yeah, definitely. So let me ask you this, like, when you speak of law, are you talking all types of law, or are you talking more Moorish?
All types of law.
Okay.
All types of law, meaning anything that got to do with the government, with the contracts. Like
yes, absolutely.
I study contracts.
Stop.
Yeah, that's fine. I study contracts and I study finance. Again, all of this stuff that has to do with commerce is
commerce treaties, all of it. Yeah,
all
that's
of this
why
stuff is kind of bunched up together, and
it's tied in.
Yeah, it's tied in. So to escape out of that, you have to.
Yes.
It's levels to it.
Yes. Facts.
If you really get into it deep, you could actually live for free out here. If you really,
you're right. You are so right. Like, so when you mentioned your native side to me, that's what made me ask about Moorish law, because I'm like, I know they deal a lot with stuff like that, and you can't. It gets to a point, if you get deep enough into it, and you know what you need to know, you can live for free.
Yeah, for free, yes.
Like,
yes,
they'll pay for everything. You'll get money, a check for everything.
Yes, for everything. And I know you have to face a judge, because the judge wants to hear this if you really know your stuff. And so, I'm on that road right now, because I need to, because I know I have a calling, and I had to unlock a lot of this stuff in order for me to break out of this.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no. I just meant to say that, just to break out of this so-called, poor-minded, that's what it is. It's just poor-minded people, not that you are physically poor.
Yeah, man, this rat race is crazy. Wow. So, let me ask you, do you have anyone, like, backing you in terms of, like, family and stuff? Like, because I know you said, like, you have your relationships with the females.
Yeah.
But they obviously aren't from where you're from. Yeah,
they are also, their mom's is American born Garifuna.
Okay.
Yeah. She's so our family know each other. Like we so the Garifuna people, we mostly all know each other. And some of us live like family members. Like the people from Belize, like I have family in Belize, I have family in Honduras.
Right.
You understand? Because when we got exiled from St. Vincent about 250 years ago, we landed. So they have a group of us in Trinidad. Some of our grandfathers, our ancestors are actually Jamaicans and Haitians. We got mixed. We got mixed with the Haitians in Central America.
Makes sense.
And the guy that actually discovered the peninsula where we from, in that belongs to Guatemala now, is actually a Haitian guy.
Oh wow.
So we and my grandmother was half German.
Oh man, you got a mixing pot. You got a big mixing pot.
Yeah, so she was half Garifuna, half German.
Okay.
So the word Garifuna, what creates a Garifuna person is the mixture of Arawak Indians.
Okay.
And Africans, most Nigerians.
Okay.
And so that's the mixture. So that's what we call Garifuna. It's just that we are half and half.
Okay.
And, the women are actually Indians and the men are Africans, and it's a whole blend.
Oh wow.
And so the language, the Arawak language, the women speak it different than the men, but we are able to understand each other, and it's still called.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. They speak there's certain things that a woman was saying, the words a man is not allowed to say. I mean, we speak the same language, but you understand this is just a complex type of.
Very, 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 very. When you just mentioned that part, it makes me. You were saying it goes really deep, but that made me think about how deep. That made me think eugenics, and like how the biblical references, how they separated, made everybody speak different languages and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, you're tied in. Your lineage is tied into that. Wow, that's the first time I've ever met anybody heard that part. Like heard that actually, I'm saying, someone that actually could link themselves to it.
Yeah, I'm very, I'm in tune with the earth, period.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in tune with wherever I walk at. Yeah, I'm grounded to it.
Yeah.
And I'm Aquarius. I'm like, I have a vision that goes beyond.
Oh wow, yep.
Yeah, you know, so.
Look, I don't know a lot of Aquariuses, but the ones that I've met, they are like that. They're very like visually driven people. You know, like they're like, I saw it, I seen it type people. You know, and this is kind of how it needs to be. And if it doesn't unfold this way, you know, like it would show.
Yeah, it would show. I'm telling you that.
They believe in their vision.
Yes, and so that's what it is for me. Like I believe in my vision.
Yeah, but you got to, cause like I mean, if you don't, who else will?
Who else gonna believe in it?
I mean, it would be so horrible to have that kind of gift, and you know, not paying no mind.
Not paying no mind, and so that's why I had to execute everything. It's in my brain that the things that's not letting me sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like it's not letting me sleep, so I have to, you know, and I keep talking to myself about it, or you know, I talk to people that sometimes. But you see how I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't just talk to anybody, but if you're spiritually. Okay,
you and me both.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of conversations. Like I'm just like I really don't like people. To be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I know why. I mean.
Yeah, but like you said, on that spiritual level, we gonna always connect.
Yes, and so that's what it is, you know.
Wow.
Like I had met this lady yesterday. I'm like, listen, man. You know, sometimes you get talking to people, and sometimes you don't speak to nobody. But when I told her when I speak to someone, it's because you are spiritually okay. Your spirit is fine. It's aligned with mine. And so we are able to talk like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you know, I won't say nothing. I just be
No.
over there, you know, on my way.
Absolutely.
You know, checking traffic, see how it's going, you know.
No, absolutely. I get it. Because, like, I'm a window sitter, you know. Like, I'll sit here in the window and I'll just, you know, because I enjoy my peace and quiet, too.
Yes. So
it
that's
don't
what
bother
it is.
me, you know.
Yes. So that's what it is with me. It's my peace and quiet. You understand?
Yeah.
And so, like, in situations like that where we are right now, like, I really don't like this.
I don't like the traffic.
Yeah, this is chaos for me. You understand? Like,
yes.
Like this is chaos
Turbulence.
for me. Yes. You know, so I stay away from this. Like, that's why I don't, you know, certain drivers, they be by the airport, they be right there. And I don't, because, I mean, I don't like to feel rattled.
Because it don't feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, you know. That's how we know human beings, we're supposed to be at peace and relaxed, because we know when something doesn't feel good. I mean, it's just like the way this government works. You can tell when you are being robbed, like, you know, all these things that we've signed with our ink, like this is so, it's so powerful. This is how we are. Basically, we under contract, all of us.
Yes.
You know, this is what it boils down to. You know, we are under contract, and it's like a tying contract where they feel like they own you.
Yep.
You understand? But I know it's a whole bunch of laws for these things that, again, like we were talking about, to release yourself out of this thing smoothly. But you have to know how to speak the language.
You have to, man.
Because, again,
because they dismiss it so easily. Like, they almost act like you're talking crazy.
Like you're talking crazy, yes. That's how they look at you. They be like, oh, well, excuse me. I'm like, yeah, it says it right here under the FCC or the FCC or
yes. I'm familiar, and that's how I got into all that, because I was trying to get out of my contract.
Okay.
With the birth certificate, you know. And
with the birth certificate,
right?
yes.
And you know, it didn't go anywhere. Like, I submitted all the paperwork and everything, but like you said, it's a language, and eventually you do have to show up in court. Like, it didn't even make it that far. It's just like at the court.
Yeah.
It's just at the court, sitting there on file. There's a record of it. You know, but like you said, man, it's just, ooh.
Yeah.
You gotta know somebody to know, or either you know.
Because the way I found out that this is real, it is a monetary system on top of our names, is because I'm looking at these young boys. So why do you think they invest in jails and all these prisons, right? So these boys, like I tell them, because I go around and talk to these young boys, right? Because again, they part of my mission in life. That's why
they need it, man.
Yeah,
they have no guidance.
Yes, and that's why when I start generating these millions, it's really for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because money to me.
So you want to save them?
Yeah, money to me is not. It's an illusion that these people just put out here, and they want to
big difference.
Yeah, they don't.
There's people that are able to just look at things the wrong way on purpose, and it's the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
It is disturbing, So going back to the monetary system, right? Like our social security and our birth certificates, right?
Yeah.
So these kids, when they get locked up, or just any human being, their body inside their cells generates $300 a day to $800 a day. So you tell me, where are they getting this money from? Because when you get locked up, they ask you for your ID, they ask you for your social, right? They can get down to your charge you. Yeah, if they can get down to your birth certificate, they even take that, right?
Wow.
But more of a social side. So they take your social, and so if you do your homework, like I tell these kids, I'm like, listen, do your homework, right? And see what I mean. Try to investigate why you think these investors keep building jails. Like, you understand why you think they do that?
Right.
You understand? You're basically giving the investor $300 a day to $800 a day, which generates $73,000 annually. But all you're doing nothing in there. You don't have to do physical labor in there. Just do your time and be locked up for 23 hours a day. And you are basically giving these people $300 a day to $800 a day. Like, that makes sense. Like, how?
It doesn't.
Right? Like, how your physical body is there and you are generating money while you just sitting there.
Yeah.
That's how I know when there's monetary. Like, these people got a system where they the only ones that, unless you beat them out their own laws, right? We start reading like the way we just talking about.
Yeah.
Because there's steps, there's a lot of steps to it. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to follow those steps.
Yeah.
One by one. They want you to break it down to them. But more for the judge, because a lot of these lawyers don't even know how to break this stuff.
They don't.
You understand? They don't understand the stuff that happen in laws.
Yes.
For us out there.
Yes.
So, because they don't teach them, they only teach them in school what they need to know to defend and to be aligned with their
But
own
that's
system.
the overt side of it, like that European system.
The Euro, there you go.
You get what I'm saying? Like they're not getting to, they don't want nobody to know what we're talking about.
They don't.
Like you lose your identity and stuff so quick. You know what I'm saying? Like when these kids, like as soon as you put them in the school system, it's over. Oh, I was saying like they lose their identity so quick because like as soon as you put them in the school system, it's over. It's all whitewashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what it is. As soon as you put them in the school system.
So they gotta know. You gotta be learning this stuff at home. You gotta hear it. You gotta hear it at home. Like even if it's just like small seeds, like they're always being planted. Something that will stick with them. And later on, even if it don't make sense right now, like because that's really where my education comes from. I heard so much stuff growing up that stuck with me. And then I got out here in life and I was traveling and I come across people and it's so easy to connect the dots at that point. But you realize no one's getting that there's so few that are getting that type of education.
Yeah, you have to self-teach yourself. I mean, again, that's what I be doing. I be self-teaching myself. I be at home just reading the same thing that I read like 5 days ago. I had to go through it because the language, those words that these people use means a lot. You understand? Like just that one little word that you think means something else. Totally. So the English word is very complex. But sometimes I go
scope when you're considering what it's supposed to mean.
Yes. You know, we are creditors on our also, you understand?
Yeah.
And when you don't have no money and you cannot afford to pay something, you can actually file for insolvency. And you don't have to really pay nothing. You have to write to Congress or one of these FCC to let them know, listen, I don't have nothing in my bank. I haven't had nothing for about 6 months.
Right.
Can I please go get a dental surgery and all of that? I mean, these people, like I said, they just want to know if you know your thing. You understand?
And you would have to, right? And when I think about the population of people, okay, just here in America, we're like, in America, like we got about 335 million. And that's out of 8 billion. Who knows it? Like, who knows how to do what we're talking about doing? Is what I'm saying. Like, how do you get in touch with these people?
With these people, yes.
You know, like, cause I mean, the knowing is one thing, but executing it is another. Like,
Yeah, it's another, because again, the judge, so what it is like you got to.
and that's where you get stopped at court.
Yeah, at court, and sometimes so the judge want to listen to you very carefully to see how you start and how you finish.
Yes.
How you explain to them what it is that we, you know, what's going on. And
Yes.
once they find that out, they won't do nothing to you. They might just send you a letter like, okay, I see that you know your problem.
Right.
Something like that, but they need to find out. 'Cause I see the case.
They throw out debts and everything.
Yeah. You know, I seen a case where a kid went to court and he just said, why did you ride when you're preserving your rights to, because, you know, I'm also studying the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Law.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, Uniform Commercial Law. And so that right there, if we learn how to execute that the proper way, then, you know, we are good. I'm still reading it. I know there's a whole bunch of pages, you know, because these laws, what I'm noticing is like, they will give the creditors like the advantage and also the so-called debtor, right? With the debtor, debtor's really it means something else in the Black Law Dictionary. That's another thing. It's like you gotta go around it and like search for all these words that mean different meaning.
Yeah.
And you know,
And then people formulate them,
yes.
you know, where it can't be broken.
So I be like this at home. Yes.
Just in your books.
Yeah, yes. Going to sleep, and I gotta get some other books too. I need to get like some official books.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah, I gotta get some books that's
I completely feel it. Like I'm the same way. I'm just like, I can't wait to get home right now, man. Like this car problem, I done changed mechanics twice. And like it's cost me 2 months in hotels. And I'm just like, I just want to be at home reading.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just on my little half an acre, I don't talk to nobody in that small town. I'm just like I want to be at home reading. Like that's all I want.
And that's a good.
Because it's just like, and I like your approach. You know how you're talking about. You know you have to think it. You have to think through it and find out for yourself.
Yeah, for myself.
Because when you get too many people involved in it, like they're gonna try to sway you. They're gonna try to influence you. They're gonna try to.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm one of those people. I don't mind comparing notes here and there, but I don't like being told what to do, and I like going for myself.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same way. That's the reason why I do this a lot too.
Yes.
Because I don't like to be told. Like it's a bad feeling when you know where you're heading in life, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know that your mind is magic. And then you got other people. So I came up with this idea, right? I was gonna write Congress a letter, or whoever receives the letter, right? But I was gonna write Congress.
Address it to them, yeah.
Yeah, and tell them what do they think about approaching all this not even institution, but these companies out here throughout America, right?
Yeah.
And tell them to provide all their workers, right, 2 breaks a year, which would be besides the little breaks that they give the people.
Yeah.
2 breaks a year. One would be a mental health break.
Okay.
We do need that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the second would be a physical break, because we also need that.
Yeah.
On the expense though, because we are basically bringing in millions of.
So you're saying factored it in?
Yes, factoring,
okay.
yes. You know, because we are
Okay.
bringing millions of dollars to these companies.
Exactly.
Throughout. You understand? So I don't understand why. So they are able to afford to give the workers at least $4,000 going on vacation to the islands at least for 3-4 days. You understand?
Yeah. is that a church?
Yeah, it might be a church.
And they got the thing on. Oh, it's probably closed on Sunday, so I'm gonna have to walk straight to the park. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm good. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it might be closed.
I'm not gonna do nothing but grab a book anyhow. But no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, it's fine. I think she might be like homeless.
Yeah, they're homeless. Yeah, they are.
I don't even
And that
know
further lets me know that they closed, because I'm like, I don't think they would really be out here laying out. You know,
if it was
business hours,
open, yeah,
right.
business hours.
Oh wow. Oh puppy, relax. You're gonna go play.
Yeah, man, but so that's what I've been doing. You know, I'm just trying to get this thing down packed, and it's a lot to it. You understand? It's a lot of laws, a lot of words, like key words. Yeah, you know, that we need to uncover and break it down. You know, just like with the police, you know, when they give you a ticket, that's another thing I'm finding out. You understand? They are co-signers in this thing. We don't have to really sign nothing. As long as they sign in, you go to the judge and be like, hey, I cannot afford this. Look at my bank statement. I cannot afford it. I don't have nothing. All I could afford really is my bills, and but my co-signer could pay. The judge would be like, what co-signing? The officer, he signed. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So he's an agent, and so you know what I'm saying?
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. You know. So now I told my cousin today I will no longer pay no tickets. I let my co-signers
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: how long you been at it? Like, how long have you? Well, you grew up different. Like, you come from a tribe and stuff, so
yeah,
you have some type of foundation.
Discipline.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah,
it's the discipline.
You're not like completely Americanized, you know. But how long have you been digging into it, like the law side of it?
Just I would say 8 months.
Okay.
So I remember back when I was young, in New York, I never finished it. I only did about 2 months.
Okay.
After I found out that she was pregnant with my daughter, I kind of left school instead of I was doing criminal justice, and so I would have gotten jumped into it, but I never did. So you know, Letitia James is like general attorney from New York City, and she was actually my teacher at Monroe College.
No way.
Yeah, the general attorney.
Wow.
She was actually the one that tried to lock Mr. Trump up.
Yeah. Her name is familiar.
Yeah, Letitia
and
James.
That's why.
She was actually my teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to argue with that lady every day in class. You know.
Did you really?
Yeah, I used to argue because I because we come from these neighborhoods in the Bronx, and I used to try to explain to her on how police used to harass us, and what was good and what was wrong about the situation, and so I used to explain to her on the way we used to look at things in the neighborhood, and then she used to explain to me the way they do things and what it is that they look at when they go into these neighborhoods. You understand? And so I got it. You understand?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we kind of came up to it. I was like, okay,
a
I
mutual,
get it.
yeah. But you wanted her to see your side too.
Yes. And I end up understanding their side too.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes it just,
it works out.
Yeah, it works out. And some of these officers, they're not mentally ready to be in these neighborhoods. You understand? Because they come into the neighborhoods all panicked and already.
Yes.
They watch so much movies that
Yes.
So that's what it is.
Like it's crazy, man. Like culturally, it's just. You never know how people really view you and stuff, and I feel that's what I'm saying, like the psychological side of it.
That psychological side to it,
You sending officers out here for situations like you said they're not ready to be in, and you have no way to do. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? I wanted one last thing before I go. I'm sorry, because I'm like, I know you got to get to work.
Yeah.
Look, I wanted to ask you, have you ever heard about the white extermination theory?
The whitest?
White extermination theory?
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, this is like they talking about this like years from now, like a couple of years from now, like 2050, I believe.
Correct.
Yes, I heard. So that's the reason why a lot of them is kind of mixing up with us because I mean, imagine the baby
to try to strip
boomers,
the blood.
telling them like, hey, you need to, we don't like this niggas, but we need to like
yeah
start mixing up with them.
yeah
they
to
gonna
blend
last.
in.
Yes.
You know, the pigment. It's crazy.
You know, our skin is like the best. And like I was telling my daughters yesterday, because they was asking me race questions. I'm like, babies, listen.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm like, baby, listen. We are the best in the world, and all these humans that you see around the world, they all come from us.
Yeah.
The blacks, we're the only that are able to produce all type of people.
Yeah, all type of people.
Indian, white, I mean, everybody.
Everything traces right back.
Yes, everything traces right back to us. So, you know, you are the special one. Don't make.
And they gotta know that.
Yeah.
Going is like, I'm telling you, man,
Yes.
that school and identity thing is set up for failure.
Yeah, for failure. Yes, because they make these kids think that the darker you are, the less of a I don't know what you are. You understand?
Exactly.
And so we tell them every
and you
day,
always outnumbered too. Like the black kid is always going to be outnumbered in school.
Yes.
You know, 9 times out of 10, like demographically. You know, in most cases, that's what it's going to be. Man, look, it was so good talking to you.
Nah, it was a pleasure, man.
Man, look, I've been like I said myself for the most part, but when I finally come around and like hear people talking, you know, as I pass, it's always dense. This is good for the soul.
Yeah, you can take my number.
Okay, perfect.
You know,
Look, I was gonna ask, but I don't, you know.
Yeah.